So, dear listeners, you're going to have to bear with me on this one. Just as I fleshed out my mother for context in these stories, I feel like I've got to deal with the elephant in the room, namely me and addiction. So it's hard to remember the kind of kid I was before I contracted spinal meningitis as a 10-year-old. Me pulling those stitches out of my dead grandfather's mouth would indicate I wasn't a regular guy. But when I contracted spinal meningitis as a 10-year-old, and it should have killed me. But instead, I spent months in and out of comas. And I came home a week later and I'd contracted encephalitis and even worse inflammation of the brain, and spent another couple months in an intensive care unit, moving in and out of comas, hallucinations, high fevers, seizures, delirium. It was like practice for the DTs. And so they were both terrible, terrible diseases. And no neurologist I've been to since has ever heard of anyone who contracted them one after the other, much less survived them. One of them even told me that if you took an MRI of my brain, all the meninges, the folds on the outside, would be smooth, so that inside my head I've actually got like a burnished brown Nazi helmet. And and what do I remember of it all? Blessedly very little. In those occasions when I was conscious, family members would be there wearing masks, and I remember that my ass was completely black from all the shots they gave me there. But here's the main point. When I came to for the last time, I wasn't paralyzed or deaf or crazy. Well, that one's probably debatable. Or blind. I just couldn't believe how slow everyone around me was. I literally came back to slug world. Those viruses had burned a racetrack